magandang tanghali MPC. Kasama na natin si Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo.
Good morning. Oh, no, good noon na pala. Good noon.
Questions?
I'm ready.
Okay, Rose Novenario.
Rose. Where's Rose?
Ito, sir.
Rose.
Hi sir, good afternoon. Sir, may reaction po yung palasyo sa pagbibitiw ni Senator Kiko Pangilinan as LP President. Dahil daw po dun sa inaako niya yung pagkatalo ng kanilang 8 diretso.
That's commendable. He accepts defeat.
Ano po yung ine-expect natin na tawag dito? Mga pagkilos o yung magiging activities po ng LP dahil po dun sa kanyang pagre-resign?
Well, that's for them. That's an internal matter to them.
Ano ibig po sabihin ng yung resignation ni Kiko Pangilinan? Ano ang ibig sabihin ng para sa palasyo?
Yeah, as he says it, he is responsible for the loss of the senatorial candidates of the Liberal Party in the Ocho Derecho.
Yun din po yung pagtingin ng palasyo.
Hindi. Sa amin, kaya natalo sila dahil yung taong bayan ay hindi naniwala sa kanila. Mas naniwala kay Presidente Duterte.
Sir, thank you.
Okay, may follow-up? Other issue? Wala na. Joyce?
Kasi ang ginawa nila, referendum daw kay Presidente Duterte. Yun ang banat nila. This is a referendum of the performance of this president. Oh, yun ang issue eh. They didn't raise the issue against the candidates endorsed by the president or Mayor Sara, but they concentrated and focused on the performance of the president, and the issues raised against him. And the people simply repudiated them.
Sir, on another topic. Sir Joyce po, here. Ayan. Sir, ang China nag-implement po ng annual fishing ban nila starting May 1 until August 16 sa South China Sea, which also includes some part of the West Philippine Sea. Inalmahan na po ito ng Vietnam. Ang Philippines po ba, what is our reaction to the fishing ban? Are we affected?
I'll leave that to the Department of Foreign Affairs Secretary.
But do you think, sir, maapektuhan tayo ng fishing ban knowing na part of our waters ay kasama nito?
I will leave it to him. He is the head of the Foreign Affairs Department.
Will you direct the Foreign Affairs Secretary to issue a statement on the matter?
Nobody is going to direct anybody, not even the president. The department heads know their jobs. They will
So-
do as directed by the president in the previous cabinet meetings.
May follow-up? Celerina?
Sir, good afternoon. Will that be your policy from now on that everything about foreign affairs issues would be discussed by the DFA and not by you? Since Secretary Locsin made a tweet, I think last week or
No, but that has ever been the policy. We talk about it.
so right now you'll be more cautious in issuing
Well,
statements
there's
regarding-
nothing wrong with my statement regarding any issue involving the country vis-a-vis another country. I didn't feel alluded to because, as I told you before, whatever the position of Secretary Locsin would be the position of the president.
So sir,
He could be referring to another official, not me.
regarding the trash, is there any update?
Oh, yes. The DFA issued a statement that the Canadian government has already directed a shipping company to get the trash back. And according to them, it will be sooner than later.
Any specified date?
Walang sinabi. Kababasa ko lang ngayon.
So that was coursed through the Philippine government already. There was formal communication.
I think so because the DFA issued a statement.
May follow-up? Follow-up? Okay. Joseph?
Sir, as a concept,
Concept.
concept. As China imposing a fishing ban in our waters that could potentially include our EEZ, is that not objectionable, sir? Considering our past statements that we will assert, and even the president talking to President Xi bringing up the arbitral tribunal as a concept, sir. China imposing the
Well, the policy of the government will always be consistent with its policy that it will assert its sovereignty over the areas claimed to be its own. So it will always pursue that line.
All right. Given that, sir, yun pong fishing ban, is that objectionable on our part?
Draw your conclusion.
I
If
cannot,
that's
sir.
against the sovereignty, that's our position.
Which is,
Which is, what do you think? Is it?
sir, I'm not the presidential spokesperson, sir. What is it, sir?
Is it objectionable for a sovereign country to have its property or island assaulted or intruded into? If your answer is yes, then the
So you-
answer to your question is yes.
So you're saying the answer to my question is yes. You used two big words there, assaulted and intruded,
Yes.
meaning
In other words, we will always be consistent. But I will leave that to the Secretary of Foreign Affairs to make a direct statement on that.
so sir, the imposing of the fishing ban, you said is an assault and an intrusion.
No, I was asking you, would you consider that as an assault or an intrusion?
Why can you not say, sir, that it's an assault?
Because
or
I'd rather leave it to the Department of Secretary of Foreign Affairs.
Hannah.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, may report po ang Asia Maritime Transparency Initiative Center for Strategic and International Studies na yung most destructive boats po ng China ay spotted po sa Panatag Shoal at may mga bago po silang harvest ng mga giant clams at sinisira po ng mga Chinese ships na ito yung ating coral reefs dun sa pag-harvest ng giant clams. Nakarating na po ba sa inyong ulat, sir, at ano po yung move ng palace dito po?
I have not. This is the first time I've heard of that. And I suppose the Western Command should make a validation of that and then refer it to the Secretary of Foreign Affairs for whatever action the department may take on that issue.
Magpa-file din tayo ng diplomatic protest.
That depends on the DFA.
Okay, sir.
Questions? MPC? Rosa Licos? Microphone, please.
Good afternoon po, sir.
Actually, yes.
Regarding po sa issue ng Huawei,
Huawei, yes. Telephone.
opo, nababahala po ang US at ang ibang bansa sa banta ng seguridad na dulot ng Huawei at kinansela na rin po ng Google ang Huawei sa mga app nito. Meron po bang aksyon na gagawin ng Pilipinas lalo na po ang third telco player po natin ay mula sa China? At meron din po ba tayong pag-iingat na ginagawa? May direktiba po ba tayo sa PNP at iba pa pong law enforcement agencies na pag-aralan kung meron din bang banta sa seguridad natin ng Huawei?
I suppose the Department of National Defense as well as the National Security Advisor are studying that matter. And the President will be waiting for whatever recommendation they have on that.
Kayo po, sir, personally po ba Huawei user po kayo, sir?
No. iPhone, Apple,
Yung pong,
Sanas.
yung pong mga Huawei users po dito sa ating bansa, kailangan ba silang magpalit na? Or meron po ba tayong dapat na ikabahala
I do
regarding
not-
these issues po?
I have no personal knowledge or privy to anything about Huawei, so I cannot competently respond to your question.
How about, sir, ng assurance na bago po natin tangkilikin tong mga ganito pong technology, ay nasisecure po natin yung atin pong information at ginagawa naman po ng pamahalaan yung responsibilidad na maprotektahan po yung atin pong seguridad.
As I said earlier, the President will wait for any recommendation coming from the National Security Advisor and the Department of National Defense.
Okay, question? Sir, tanong ni Jinky Baticados ng IBC 13 on ROTC passing at lower house daw po. Reaction ng
That's good
Paras.
news. The president wants that passed.
And sa Canada, yung bibiyahe na daw po yung Canada Trash, pabalik sa Canada anytime this
Already
week.
answered.
Okay. Celerina.
Sir, follow-up lang regarding sa Huawei. So when did the President order the DND and the NSC to come up with a study regarding this?
First, I didn't say to come up with a study. I said earlier that I suppose the security advisor and the Department of National Defense are studying the matter.
So you're
Given
not,
that it has been brought to the public knowledge
So you're-
on certain apprehension relative to the use of Huawei.
so you're not sure if there's an ongoing study right now?
No, I'm not sure, but I suppose they're doing that.
So there was a report before that I think that Department of Foreign Affairs cautioned the DICT regarding this matter.
Then
So
with
are
more
you-
reason, the Department of National Defense and the Security Advisor would be studying that, since a department head has raised concerns.
Okay, Hannah?
Sir, kay ano po, ex-NYC Commissioner Ronald Cardema,
Yes.
sabi kasi ng Comelec, may age limit po. Yung kung sino po yung mag-represent para sa youth sector. Pero pinaninindigan po ni Cardema na wala po daw age limit. Do you have any advice since, legal advice po since, ano naman po, kasama na po ng, supporter po ng administrasyon si Cardema, sir? At ng Pangulo po.
First, that's the Comelec issue, and Comelec should decide on that. Now, with respect to being a supporter of the president, as we have already repeatedly said, no allies, no friends, no supporters, if they've committed any wrong, will be tolerated by this government. We've referred the case of Cardema to the DOJ because we have received reports that despite his filing of a certificate of substitution, he presided over a meeting subsequent to that certification. So we are referring the matter to the DOJ.
Follow up,
Sir, may
Celerina.
sorry.
Sorry.
So may violation po sa side ni Cardema, sir, dito.
That's why we're referring it, because we've received reports that
For
he
what
has
charge?
presided.
Sorry, sir. Usurpation po, sir? Ang pwedeng i-charge
That's
dito?
for the DOJ to determine what kind of violation he has committed.
Ace? Okay na. May follow-up issue doon? May follow-up? Ace.
So, Sec, hindi alam ng Paras na may nangyaring ganong meeting na pre-decide niya, apparently.
No, we didn't know about. We didn't even know about his filing of his certification until we read it in the papers.
Okay, so DOJ is now studying yung
We referred it to the DOJ.
investigating studying, Sec. Anong exact
I just
accurate?
talked a while ago to the DOJ secretary. He will study the matter.
Study on whether to file charges, tama po ba?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Sec.
Julie. Hannah, paabot ng microphone, please.
Sir, can we just get more details about Cardema's presiding over the meeting? How did you get the information? When did it happen? May ganun detalye po ba tayo?
I received a text message.
Okay. From?
No, unfortunately, again, the sender was not or is not in my directory.
Okay. What did the
not in my phone
message
direct.
say?
Please, may we inform you that so and so presided a meeting on May 15
May 15.
after the filing of the certificate of substitution on May 12.
So and so, sir, was Cardema.
So I think
Yeah.
if he really presided, that will be recorded. That's supposed to be recorded. All meetings of the commission is recorded. It will reflect. It will be there on the record. It's very easy to determine, and all you have to do really is to ask the commissioners, who are the other commissioners.
Sir, so the palace sees that as conflict of interest?
Is that what?
Does the palace see that as conflict of interest? The fact that he already filed a petition for substitution and yet he still presided over a meeting of the NYC.
As I said, I referred that to DOJ. As a lawyer, I have my own reading of that, but since I already referred it to DOJ, I would not preempt that.
Okay, follow-up, Ace.
Will that investigation or studying ba by DOJ include yung allegations that he used his post to
Yes,
promote
that-
yung
that's
Duterte
included.
youth,
Yes,
yung using of resources daw?
that will be included.
Okay, salamat, Sec.
May follow-up pa? Other issue? Joseph.
Sir, ano lang for record lang. So yung presiding of the meeting on May 15, he should not have done that, yes?
Because if he is already resigned, how can he be presiding a meeting?
All right, yun muna, sir.
Okay, Tina. Tina Mendez.
Sir, any update kung inaccept na ni PCSO Director Sandra Cam yung challenge ng Malacañang for her to resign? Sandra Cam, sir.
I have no info on that. Wala pa akong alam.
So would you push for it? Kasi hindi pa naman siya resign and marami siyang sinasabi laban sa very institution that she was supposed to protect or she is supposed to protect.
This is why our suggestion is if she feels that she cannot stomach whatever she is confronted inside the agency in which she works, then she can always resign and pursue her advocacy outside of the government.
Pero sir, yung Office of the President, nagkakaroon na po ba ng kahit na motu proprio investigation into her allegations?
As I said in my statement, the moment she files criminal charges or whatever complaint she has in mind, then the President will order a full-blown investigation.
Thank you po.
Questions, MPC. Joseph?
Sir,
Where's Pia? Wala naman si Pia. Wala rin si Maricel.
sir, pasundutan mo.
Proclamation.
Hindi pa,
Di ba mamayang gabi pa yun? Hindi matutuloy.
sir,
ah?
yun lang soundbite. Wala pang proclamation today because I think they have to wait for some DCCOC
Wala pa?
overseas.
Nireset nila?
It's better to wait than... Do you think it's better to finish 100%?
That's for the Comelec to decide. We would not interfere.
Sir, okay. Sir, balik lang ng konti sa China. Number one, sir, predicate to the question. Si Presidente brought up the tribunal ruling no, before the meeting with the President Xi. That means we're standing by that decision. Now, the basis of China's fishing ban, do you think that is consistent with the arbitral ruling that invalidated, for the record, invalidated China's Nandash claim?
Again, I will leave it to the Secretary. We had an agreement on that.
You had an agreement.
Yes, that he will make any position on the matter.
Why is there an agreement? What happened?
What do you mean? No, ano lang yun, implied. You know, we call that courtesy to the department heads.
So, pag po yun nga, yung question ni Celerina, if there are foreign affairs questions,
Okay, so siya muna.
we will not have any opinion.
Siya muna.
Siya mo. All right.
Questions, MPC. RJ? Tanong? Okay na? Okay, thank you, MPC. Thank you,
Makaka-breakfast na ako?
Secretary Panelo.
Hindi pa.
Okay, Joseph.
Baka kasi mamaya Sir, ano lang, sa health ni President, what do you make of this, ano ba to, persistent? Halos buwan-buwan yata kami, sir, may istorya na nagkakasakit si President. What does the palace
Wala.
make of it?
You know, you must remember that the president is very transparent on his health condition. During the presidential campaign, he was already telling us, tanda na siya, lahat ng sakit ng ganong edad meron siya. And then when he assumed the presidency, sinabi niya na, inisa-isa niya yung sakit niya, di ba? Sinasabi niya naman, pag nagpa-check up siya, sinasabi niya, tinutuloy mo, regular blood check-up ako. So in other words, kung talagang serious, he will tell us. Pero kung sakit ng ulo lang, migraine, hindi naman kailangan na sabihin yun.
Pero sir, yung po mga ganyan na halos buwan-buwan may umiikot na may karamdaman siya or nagpatingin siya, what do you make of that? Is that like,
Hindi, kasi nga kuminsan pag hindi siya nakikita sa publiko 1 or 2 days, nag-speculate, may nag-speculate na kagad.
so nothing to worry about, sir? Personal
No, nothing to worry about.
Okay.
You will see him. I think he has this 4 o'clock.
Visuals only.
Meron siyang 4 p.m.
Sir, can we make a
something.
formal request to include reporters later?
I-request natin.
Okay, Tina Maralit.
Sir, isang maikli lang po. Sir, balik lang po dun sa issue sa China. Halimbawa pong ma-validate ng Western Command na yung spotted Chinese vessels po are indeed harvesting again in the endangered giant clams. Given that in the past, we've filed a slew of diplomatic protests, sabi niyo nga po, plus the president even raised our territorial issues when he was in Beijing. Doesn't the palace see this as China not taking our protests or our claims seriously, na parang
Then
binabaliwala
again, the
tayo?
DFA will make its move if that's been validated. Sabi nga nung American law professor, you know, your reporters ask one question in 12 different ways, and you have also 12 different ways of answering them. It's all the same.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. MPC, no more questions? Thank you, Secretary Panelo.
Thank you.
Thank you, MPC Back to main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.